y'all. So welcome back to my channel. If you already seen by the title, then you know that this video is going to be a part 2 to things I wish I knew before becoming a nail tech. This is just kind of like a follow-up video. I think I made that video almost a year ago. So I am trying to basically just go along and answer some questions that I seen. I'm just gonna go through and kind of answer some questions that I seen based on that video. It was basically, I looked through the comments and what the things that people kind of wanted me to elaborate on. That's what I'm gonna elaborate on. But I gotta hurry up and make this video while my dog is quiet and before my inventory gets here. So okay, first off, disclaimer, I don't want anybody to think that I'm telling you what to charge, because I did see comments about, oh, I'm gonna do nails for cheap. I want to be able to do services for women who can't afford it. And I think that's great. I think that, you know, if that's what you would like to do with your business, you should. I think that's really great if that's what you want to do. But as far as me, I want a house and I want to have things to show for my business. My business is not a side hustle. Doing nails for me is not a side hustle. It's my real job. Like, yeah, other than YouTube and my other businesses, that is my main source of income. That's my job. Like, that's my 9 to 5 basically. So I don't get like retirement unless I start putting up for it and all kind of stuff. Like, it's just other things that come into play. So it's like, yeah, you can do nails for cheap if you would like to, but then in the long run, who's gonna benefit? Because when you get a job, and the first thing you most likely want to know is how much they pay. So with that being said, for me, I'm gonna do nails, but I'm gonna charge what I need to charge to be able to provide these services and still make a living for myself. So yeah, so we're not too much on that topic. But I don't need nobody to think I'm down in them, because I'm not. But we're gonna get off that topic. That's just my take on what she said. All right, let's just start with this. Let's just start with the basics. You gotta have good energy with your clients. I personally feel like having conversations with your clients are the best thing you can do for your business, because if you don't start conversations with them, then how are y'all gonna get to know each other, and so forth and so forth. But I think the best thing, like one of the best compliments I get when I'm working is that, you know, I have good conversation, or I know how to engage in a conversation. And I think like my top most compliment is that I'm fast and I still provide quality work. So I honestly think that's a good thing, having good energy when your clients walk in. If you're having a bad day, leave that shit at the door, because at the end of the day, you want to provide a service where somebody wants to come back to. You want to create an environment that somebody wants to come back to. Nobody wants to come in your salon and you're upset, or you're always talking about drama, or whatever the case may be. I do believe in leaving it at the door. It's hard for me because, I mean, I'm only 22 years old. So it is hard for me sometimes when I'm like, you know, got my own stuff going on. And it's just like, okay, in my mind, it's like, you still got to communicate with these people that are in front of you. You can't just be so like, and everybody have their days. So it's like, for me, if I am having one of them days, I put a movie on my TV. And 9 times out of 10, if I already got something planned and it's good, which it's always something good, my clients tune into it. So I don't ever really have that issue where I rub off on anybody or my energy is just bad. So even if I am having a bad day, I'll replace with TV or good music or something like that. So just make sure you're creating a good environment, because it's really hard to always be in a good mood or always be happy, especially because it's life. We're living life literally. So, you know, I think that's something to think about though, because I see people say, oh, I do good work and that should be that. Yeah, your work speaks for itself, but if you have all these issues in your salon, do you think people are gonna, nobody's gonna put up with that. They're gonna spend their money elsewhere where they're comfortable. So just remember that. Also, booking sites. My booking site is pretty like straightforward. I did create my booking site myself. You guys can hire graphic designers. I do think having a professional booking site would be like ideal. So I will put a graphic designer below that, you know, so you guys can reach out to her. She does really good booking sites. But I really think that having a good booking site is ideal. I have rarely seen people still doing like Cash App deposits with no booking site. And I think that's just because we're in 2024. Like, everybody has a booking site, and if your business is not legit, then go legitimize it, so that way people can trust giving their money to you. Because I have seen a couple girls complain about, oh, this person don't have a booking site, so you know, I'm sending my money on Cash App. What if they don't show? Da 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 da. Have a booking site and, you know, legitimize your business, because I honestly think that people feel comfortable when they can just go on your booking site and they can see, you know, your prices. I think that's, you know, I think that's pretty straightforward. I did see somebody ask, how do you stop chair hoppers? Don't respond, okay? Do not respond. I don't care what nobody say. I think that it's very, very inconveniencing to us as service providers when you have a client, they come to you, they know that you know what they like, they know you do the work how they like, but then again, they just try to go to somebody else, and then when somebody else messes their nails up, they try to come back to you. I stop responding. I cannot tell you how many people have been to another nail tech and has literally sent me pictures and said, so-and-so just did my nails, I don't like them, can you fix them, da 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 da. No, I just act like I don't see the message half the time, because I just know you should have went to the person, like, and then, like, you should have went to the person who does your nails the way you like them in the first place. It's different if I've never done your nails before and you're like, hey, I tried somebody that didn't work out, can you fix it, whatever. Because I've had that happen too. But situation where this girl got her nails done, she did not like her nails, and she wrote me, hey, can you fix this? I said, I don't work over other people's work, but I can provide you with a soak off and I can do your first set. Me personally, I don't know what kind of products people use, and I do know that some people still use MMA, which you're not supposed to use. I'm not going to work over that, so that way if you happen to go to somebody else and they try to take your nails off and you say, oh, this is who did my nails, no. So I just choose not to do that. So I did offer her the soak off and a new set, and she was like, oh, but then she ended up needing her nails done really bad. So I think she ended up like writing me again some days later and was like, hey, can you please do my nails? I'll just do the soak off or whatever. But my thing is, if you know you don't like the nails, and yeah, just don't spend the money. So if you're annoyed by stuff like that, then just don't respond. Everybody be like, oh, make your money, but at the end of the day, you're not gonna gain anything 9 times out of 10 from this client. You're gonna fix their nails, and then they're gonna try to go back to that same person and give them another chance, or try somebody new, because that's just in their nature. Most of my clients, like, that I have, they come back and we've built a bond in a relationship. Like, if I find somebody who if I find someone who does services for me and I like them, I stick with them. I've been going to the same person for my hair since maybe 2020. I think maybe 2020. And before then, I was going to the same person, hairstylist. Before I switched, I was going to the hairstylist I had before her ever since I had got my first frontal. And that was probably she was doing my hair. No, she was doing my hair before I got frontals, because she was doing braids and stuff. So yeah, I have been going to the same girl since before I got a new hairstyle in 2021. I have been going to the same girl since I was probably like 15, 16. Yeah, I was probably like 16. I was probably like 15 or 16. I haven't gone to the same person or whatever. Mind y'all, my mama know how to do hair, but my mama got 3 girls, so she kind of it was dead after a while. So yeah, I'm that type of person. If I like who do my service, I'm going to them. So yeah, best response for chair hoppers is just don't respond if that's not the clientele you're trying to attract. Because the same thing I say with sales, you don't want to run sales all the time. It's okay to run sales, don't get me wrong, but you don't want to run them all the time, because you'll literally get people texting you like, hey, when is your next sale? Hey, are you gonna do this? Hey, are you gonna run this kind of special? Because they only want to book with you when you have a sale. Because I know a girl who books with me for every sale I've had, but she still goes back to her regular nail tech. I have girls whose nails I've done plenty of times that they don't post, but then they go back to their regular nail tech when their nail tech is available, and then they post their nails. And it's no hard feelings. I just want a steady clientele, because I actually build bonds with my clients. Most of my clients, they can come back and I remember exactly what we talked about the last time she was there, or what issues we, whatever, what advice I gave, what advice she gave me, because I'm not like one of those closed off people. If my clients talk to me and we got a good relationship, I talk to them and I give them my real life situation, just like they would give me. So yeah, best advice I can give you is don't respond if that's not the type of clients you want. If it's just somebody that you knew from school and it's just like, okay, I know I'm not her nail tech, but I'll do her this, whatever, like, okay, cool. Let's see, what's next? Oh, all right, make a terms and conditions box. So I've seen a lot of people saying no call, no shows, da 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 da. Now I think it's very, very important to list your terms and conditions right before they book, so they have something to read over. So on my website, you cannot book unless you agree to the terms and conditions, basically just stating like your late policies and just like anything that you want your clients to know, because that's almost just the same as when you're going like when you go get a wax and you go in there, like she don't make you sign anything, I don't think, but when you do go in there, you have to like fill out all this paperwork, da 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 da. So it's kind of like that, just basically making sure you understand you're getting this service done, you're going to show up, you're not going to waste nobody's time, XYZ. I think that's like a really good way to kind of stop no shows. It's not going to stop, because if somebody don't want to come, they're not coming, but I think it's a good way to stop it, because if you go ahead and just have this little checkbox and knowing that they can't pay until they look at this or at least check the box, some people gonna wonder like, okay, why does she have a terms and conditions on her website, which will help you in the long run, because then they just proofread everything you needed them to reread before they actually book their appointment. So that's just maybe a little way you can help with them as far as like people not coming or not showing up. Slow seasons. So I had to turn my camera back on. What was that, slow seasons? Okay, slow seasons. How to maintain during the slow seasons. The best way I can tell you to maintain during the slow seasons is to save, because that's what saved me during slow season. When COVID hit, I had already been saving. I was a saver way, like I was a real good saver. Before, like I just got into that era where I was just spending. I was saving a lot. Like I saved a lot. Like before I ever got into like my spending era, I used to save a lot. So when COVID did hit, I kind of wasn't as stressed because I had saved. So I guess you could say basically just saving. That's the best way to get you through those things, or start another business. I do have another business also. So I definitely say if you're interested in something else besides nails, or start a nail business or something, like you can easily do anything. Me personally, I'm very versatile. Anything that I've wanted to do, I've been able to do, just because I'm just blessed like that. And I sell phone cases, I do nails, and I do makeup. I also have digital products that I sell, and I teach classes. So I kind of have my hands in a lot, you know, in YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I have my hands in a lot, so I can kind of get around slow seasons sometimes, depending on like, you know, what's big in this season and what's not, because everybody has like their slow seasons, everybody has their fast seasons. Like prom season, for example, if you do nails, hair, makeup, prom season gonna be a good season for you. So, you know, it's just stuff like that. But I would say save. That's going to be like the best thing. And if you don't know how to save, then start saving your cash and only spend what's in your, and only look at what's in your bank account, because that's how I save. Most people say spend your cash and keep what's in your bank account. I say keep the cash and spend what's in your bank account, because your bank account is where you have to track what you bought for your business when you do your taxes at the end of the year. And if you're spending all this cash, you don't have anything to show. Like whatever you bought in cash, you can't write that off on your taxes. You don't got no proof. Where's the paper trail besides a receipt, unless you keep a receipt? And I don't keep receipts. So what I do, well, what I was doing when I would get cash, I would keep my cash and I would save it, and that way I still had my paper trail of what I was buying online or what I'm using my card transactions for. I would still have that when I do my taxes. So I save the cash and I spend what's on the card. And don't get me wrong, I don't just spend it because it's on the card, but whatever you need, you put it on your card, because you want to keep your cash. And then, hey, by the time you, oh, we just got an order. By the time you go back up to look, like back at the cash after you started saving, you'll be like, okay, I got me a little, you know, a little something of my savings. So yeah. Also during slow seasons, you can run specials. I wouldn't say do no huge special. Like don't don't do a special to where you're not making money for the time that you're gonna be at work. Like, I do stuff like, okay, it takes me 45 minutes to do a short set, so I'll do, instead of 55 for a short set, whatever, I'll do $45. I think one time I did like a $35 like back to school thing, just to take it back to the old school, because you know nails used to be like $25-$30. But then again, think about it, it takes me 45 minutes. Imagine how many people I could do in the time that I'll be there during the day. I'm not doing no freestyle for $60. It's just not happening, because freestyles take more time. And then when people think of freestyles, they think of like everything they can fit on their nails, and that's not even what a freestyle is. Because if I'm doing your freestyle, some days I might be in the mood to junk out every nail, and some days I might not. It's up to your nail tech. That's what a freestyle is. So I would say you could run like a sale or something like that, but that's just a way to get people, you know, in the door, just so it's like, okay, I wouldn't have made this money, but I will. And I would say when you're running sales, I would go out and pass out your cards to people. Unfortunately, that's not my area of expertise. I've tried to pass out my cards plenty of times, and every time it's something going wrong. So it's not my area of expertise, but I will say passing out your cards will get you new people that could potentially turn into, you know, continual clients. Somebody asked me, how do you please everybody? I don't, y'all. I don't. Majority of my clients, don't get me wrong, they're pleased. They love their nails, but I do get occasionally a few people like I can give y'all a little story time or whatever, but basically this girl had one of these nails. I personally thought the nails were ugly, but she really wanted them, like, and so I told her, I said, hey, you know, I don't particularly like these nails. And then it was something she wanted me to switch it was a set that she wanted me to switch something about the set, like a color or something. And I told her the colors weren't gonna match. And she insisted that I do it, whatever. And me, if you ask for it, well, my friends are excluded. So when my friends see this, don't comment on this, because I don't give my friends what they want. I'm sorry, I don't. If my friend shows me a picture and it's ugly, I'm not doing it. But for the rest of my clients, if I say that I don't like it and you still want it, I'm gonna do it, because that's what you pay me to do. You don't pay me to tell you what I'm not gonna do. You pay me to, you know, do your nails. So she had this picture that she liked, and I thought it was really ugly, and I expressed that to her in the best way I could, and she was just like, sorry y'all, I'm looking out this window, but that's just because I'm waiting on my inventory to get here, and it should have been here by now. But yeah, I just, you know, whatever. So she wanted the nails, and I did them, and I changed what she wanted me to change. I added what she wanted me to add, and she literally left, y'all. Mind you, she was my last client of the day. I left after her, like maybe 5 minutes after her. I left, probably not even 5 minutes, because I be out of there. I clean up next day. I don't even clean up the same day. The only thing I do is clean my brushes and stuff. But yeah, so I get a text message that says, hey, I really don't like my nails. So I responded with, I'm sorry you don't like them. If you would like them redone, I can do them again, but you're gonna have to pay for it. And she was like, so I have to pay for it even though you just did my nails and I just paid you? I said yes, because based on, you know, my recommendations, I told you that I didn't think it was a good idea to do this, and you wanted it and I did it, and you didn't even tell me when you were in my chair that you didn't like it. You waited till both of us left. So yeah, she was upset or whatever, but you can't please everybody, and I didn't feel a way about it because I had already expressed that I didn't like the set in the first place. So that's just kind of what it was, and that was that. So I just think that you're never gonna ever be able to please everybody. Got another question, y'all. I just can't find it. It's in one of these files though. Okay, now as far as this one, she just basically was asking me, can I break down exactly how much I make, and like how much goes to taxes and operation expenses. I can't like straightforward answer that question, because I never tell anybody how much I make. Like, I don't care how many times somebody asks me how, I will lie. I don't even be liking to answer the question as it is, because nobody should really know what's in your pockets. But I will lie, like, and I don't have no problem doing it. So I'm gonna just say this for this question. Based on what you make, you can choose to take out some money from every set for taxes. I personally don't. I just wait till the end of the year. I see how much I made and I see how much taxes I have to pay, and I just go from there. So I can't really speak on that necessarily without telling y'all exactly how much I make, and or you know, my operation expenses. It would just, for nails particularly, it would just be keeping up with the latest trends. So you got to think about the fact that you're going to be buying new nail charms and stuff like that. But starting out, you still got to spend a lot of money because you got to get a nail table, you got to get the space, you got to get, even if you don't get the space, but you still got to get a nail table, chairs for you and your clients to sit in, little stuff that I didn't think about when I first started. A drill. You need a lot of stuff to start. But again, my products list is available for everything that I particularly use. I have my products list available. It's only $15. And I also have a nail tech manual for people who want to get started doing nails or whatever. It's literally just a manual. Like if you don't want to take a class, it's just step by step of how you can do nails, and it actually works for time. I had one girl tell me she had been doing the steps so much that she actually got faster with nails. So that is also available. That link will also be below. Okay, y'all, that's it for this video. I tried to go back and find some more, but none of them was really sticking out to where it was like, okay, can I answer it without them asking me how much I make and stuff like that. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this little, you know, cute little simple video, and I will see you guys in my next one.